The following is a live sports presentation of Glycod. GLICOD.com.
Glycod's coverage of Central Kentucky high school basketball starts now. Presented by Bluegrass Community and Technical College.
Live from Lafayette High School, 11th Region Basketball Tournament gets underway tonight. Quarterfinal action, Henry Clay against Lafayette. I'm Chris Labar along with former Scott County boys coach Tim Glenn. And welcome to Lafayette, Tim. This general team making school history this year.
It is. I asked Coach, and you'll hear some in that interview, but just, did you expect these girls to be sitting here? And, it is the potential in those young ladies, and I'll tell you what, they've played to their potential in the games that I've seen them this year. She gets every ounce out of those girls, and it's amazing to watch, and they have fun doing it.
Madison Central, the only team in the 11th region with more wins, as the Lafayette Generals 25-4 coming in, and Belle Combs all 11th region.
I'll tell you what, I've said it many times on air on the Glycod Network for sure, but her and her sister both, they're just tenacious in the way that they attack the ball off the rim. They have a nose for rebounding, and I tell you, they're fun to watch. They got to be a joy to coach.
Henry Clay, the opponent tonight. Ashley Gerard's team is 10-18, but they're back here for the second straight year, and that says a lot about that program.
Yeah, sure, and it's one of those things where and you watch them, you can tell they just progress throughout the year. I saw them early. I saw them against Scott County the other day. I went and watched the girls' game over there, and I tell you what, they really are. They have a lot of potential of getting downhill with the basketball. I think they're dangerous, and that record, again, is thrown out the window when you get this late in the year, that's for sure.
Blue Devils also have an all-11th region performer. Senior Ari Sutton leads them at 15, and she had 5 big points, really the turning point in that district win over Scott County.
Yeah, she really has a good stature about her, and, man, she's quick with the basketball and just strong, and she's able to be bumped and continue going, and I tell you, she really leave on down the road.
Winner of this will get the winner of tonight's quarterfinal action in Richmond. It's Great Crossing versus Madison Central. The two winners will play in the second semifinal on Thursday at 7:30 at Paul Lawrence Dunbar. We're just getting started. So much to look forward to over the next couple of weeks on Glycod, the exclusive rights holder for the 11th region semis and finals, and we look forward to bringing you all of the live action. Up next, Ashley Gerard will join me, 4th year head coach of Henry Clay High School, and we'll chat with her in just a moment on Glycod.
Central Kentucky Driving School is raising the bar in driver education because the safety of their students is too important for anything less. Offering driver training for teens and adults, Central Kentucky Driving School will equip you with the skills needed to become a safe and confident driver. A proud community partner, Central Kentucky Driving School invests in their students and families and guides you every step of the way. For more information, give them a call at 859-538-7775 or visit drivecky.com.
A new year means next level math, but even the best teachers can't always provide the personal attention each child needs. Magnesium has a solution to help any student excel. Our caring, highly trained instructors use a range of teaching modes that ensure true foundational understanding. We're not about rote memorization. The Magnesium method develops the critical thinking and problem-solving skills they need to succeed, with the option to learn face-to-face online at home or face-to-face at one of our 1,000 neighborhood learning centers. Magnesium, we're changing lives through math.
When it comes to vaping, the truth can get clouded. So let's make it clear. Vaping is not safe for youth.
Because vaping can put microscopic particles into your lungs.
And dangerous things like metals into your body.
And nicotine, which can harm a person's brain development through their mid-20s.
With appealing flavors, high nicotine levels, and lots of promotion on social media,
many kids think vaping is harmless, but it's not.
So talk to your kids about the risks of vaping.
Because when you talk, they hear you.
With Fast Signs, create striking custom visuals that inspire pride district-wide. Fast Signs, make your statement.
Let's get real. We offer a lot of the same courses you'll find at a four-year college. But with our small classes and personal attention, you won't get lost in the crowd. College for the real world. College for your world.
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at DonFranklinAuto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
This edition of Coach's Comments is brought to you by the Kentucky Army National Guard. Serve your country while going to school or work full-time. Find your fit at nationalguard.com.
Well, Ashley, congratulations on getting back here to the regional round, second time in as many seasons, and there has to be some gratification earning that feat.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's always a huge accomplishment to get to the region. Be honest, hopefully let's make some noise. That's the biggest thing. And as I said, like this team, I'm proud of this team. Losing 7 seniors last year, it was like having a brand new team. Definitely. A lot of different role changes. Even people are like, you got Ariana Sutton. She's been starting for, 4 years, whatever. And I said, but her role has changed drastically. Like, she's always played with players to where she just facilitates, She just, dishes off, that type of stuff. This year, we're required to have her, we need you to score, score. And I talked to her one time, and I said, do you feel selfish? And she's like, kind of, like, because you tell me to shoot a lot. And I said, but you can, and that's the biggest thing, the confidence thing.
Tough game on Friday, obviously, with Douglas.
Yeah.
How much attention have you paid on that game, or are you just solely focused on tonight in Lafayette?
We took a little time on that one because regardless, we got to learn from our mistakes, and the mistakes that we made in that game, we can't make those in this game. The rebounding factor is, huge, and then the turnovers. So offensively rebounding last 2 games, those last 2 district games, each team tripled us in offensive rebounds, ours to theirs. So we worked on quite a bit of that. Got the tip, old school. Have you ever heard of a tip ring?
I have not.
Where the ball can't go in?
Okay.
And you just go and go and go. So it's kind of to help the mental of, like, a lot of times our girls, they tell me, like, we think it's going in. So, no. So you're mentally, it's never going in. So that's the mindset that you have to have is, I got to go. I got to find a body, and I got to go rebound. And then, of course, taking care of the ball. We had way too many turnovers, of course. That's going to be a huge factor also.
You talked about this being a different team. Charlie Ann Robinson was a new player that maybe you didn't expect to have in the fall. Right. What has she brought to your team this year?
Charlie has brought, I would say, leadership, definitely. Before she even got to be on the court, she was my most vocal player in practice, on the bench when she couldn't play. She was, always cheering her teammates on, things of that sort. But her scoring ability has definitely helped. It was like a breath of fresh air for Ari. One thing that we have focused on, she has to get the ball more. She has to get more shot attempts. If you look at her field goal percentage, those 2 district games, 80%. But she only shot 5 times each game. So we did talk as a team about I told her, it's on YouTube. You have to be vocal, ask for the ball, and get yourself in spots to where her mid-range is very good. Get to your spots where it's your sweet spot, and hey, let it fly.
A lot of mutual respect between both teams tonight. What do you like best about Allison's program at Lafayette?
I love her structure, her structure and her discipline. A lot of people don't agree with sometimes how she coaches and things, but she's, as I would say, old school, okay? And me and her have talked a lot, in my 4 years about the difference in the type of kids and, the way that we have to adjust our coaching because they are not like old school. But no, definitely respect for her and her program. They're always, regardless of, the players she has, they're always going to be a tough one, when it comes down to it.
Good luck tonight. All the best.
All right. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Head coach Ashley Gerard will be right back after this.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
While I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
You've got a lot of places to be. At Cartown Kia, we want to know, where can we take you?
Go for savings in the new 2025 Kia Telluride. Just $399 down and $399 a month. Or a 2025 Kia Sorento. Just $289 down and $289 a month. Or the hot new 2025 Kia K4. Yours for just $199 down and $199 a month.
And don't forget our 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Wherever you're going, start here at Cartown Kia and CartownKiaUSA.com.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give Rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
I love Head Start.
Children love Head Start, and you will too. Community Action Council's prep academies are hiring now. Head Start is an early childhood education program for children from birth to age 5. Help us give more children the Head Start advantage.
Teacher, what are you waiting for?
Join our team of dedicated education professionals. Apply online today at comaction.org. What are you waiting for?
Are you an HVAC and refrigeration tech looking for new opportunities? Tech24 is your single source for commercial HVAC, refrigeration, and kitchen equipment maintenance all across the country. We have exciting career opportunities with great pay and benefits in your area. To learn more, contact Brad at 864-549-8344 and check us out on the web at mytech24.com. 864-549-8344.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Tonight's broadcast is authorized by Lafayette High School in the 11th region with production rights owned by Glycod. Our aim is to provide the most positive representation for all participating student athletes, coaches, and game personnel. Thank you for watching. And Tim, it's certainly no secret that Allison Denton runs a very structured program, and there's just so much respect here in Central Kentucky for what she's done here at Lafayette.
Just a tough competitor. You can tell it, the way she coaches her girls, the way she works the sideline, the way she works those referees and different things. But she's just a competitor, and you can tell she just loves ball, loves this game, and just brings a great aura to Lafayette's program, that's for sure.
Talking about a little more about Ashley Gerard and what she's done at Henry Clay. Again, this was a completely new team. They had Ari Sutton, really the lone focal point, returning from last year, and she's done so many different things without scoring the ball.
Yeah, and the way she's developed, the way coaches developed other pieces to that program, I think even this year, but over the course of the past couple for sure. And that's a tough thing. You come in and it's ground level. You had one main one that you're coming back and relying on, but I think they've developed into a dandy little team to go down the stretch here.
15 points per game for Ari, very comparable to what she averaged last year. But how can a player get better, which she has, without scoring more points?
Well, you bring people alongside of you that can make things better for your team, and she does that. I mean, a lot of those girls they're going to miss her when she's gone, because what I say is she does a lot to make those other girls better. I do believe that. And in turn, that makes Ari better and makes her a little more of a commodity for something at the next level.
Blue Devils have not had much success. They're 0-7 versus the 11th region. As we talk about keys here in a subsequent segment, rebounding going to be very important for them.
Very important. And, that is no easy task for anybody that goes against this general team, because they do a really good job of emphasizing those rebounds and trying to get them on the offensive side and the defensive side. So.
We'll talk more about the keys to the game, but up next, Allison Denton, the Dean of Fayette County Public Schools basketball coaches, will join us. You'll hear that conversation next from Glycod.
New year means next level math, but even the best teachers can't always provide the personal attention each child needs. Magnesium has a solution to help any student excel. Our caring, highly trained instructors use a range of teaching modes that ensure true foundational understanding. We're not about rote memorization. The Magnesium method develops the critical thinking and problem-solving skills they need to succeed, with the option to learn face-to-face online at home or face-to-face at one of our 1,000 neighborhood learning centers. Magnesium, we're changing lives through math.
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at DonFranklinAuto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
Stuck on the road? Call Martin's Peterbilt Mobile Service. Our 24/7 commercial roadside service, truck and trailer repair, and warranty service will have you back on the road in no time. Call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Good Coach Allison Denton. Coach, you're sitting here 25-4, if I'm not mistaken.
Sounds right.
Yeah, 25-4. Outstanding record either way.
Yes.
And did you see this team accomplishing that at the beginning? I know sometimes you think, every team you think is going to go undefeated, I know, but I mean, in reality, did you see this team doing that?
I was hoping they would.
Sure.
I saw there was a chance to do it.
Yeah, you saw the potential in those girls.
Yeah, I did.
Well, just curious, I asked you, last time about, I want to know, what does Lafayette do? You got that toughness on the sideline. The girls play tough for you. So what does Lafayette do in that preparation stage of coming into a game? Like some kids, high school kids freak out in this, It's a do or die, whatever. But I mean, what kind of things do you do to prepare them mentally coming into this?
Well, we started last week in district tournament, and you've got to try to prepare them before that it's a clean slate. You can't look at the name on a jersey. That's where we get out of whack as we start looking at a name on a jersey. If you can just focus on what you do at Lafayette and not worry about your opponent, we tend to do a little bit better. A lot of times kids focus too much, and that's fear, and we're trying to get away from that and just try to worry about what we do.
That's awesome, Coach. That's the way to do it. You're exactly right. Now, Henry Clay has an outstanding driving team. From what I've seen, I've got to see you guys 3 or 4 times. I got to see them 2 or 3 times. But I just noticed they're really good off the bounce. They get downhill quick, especially a couple of them.
Yes, they're quick. They're athletic. As a whole, that's what they are. And as a whole, we're not that. So I expect them to probably try to push the ball in transition.
Sure.
They're quicker than we are. We got to pick up the ball sooner, and we've got to cut off that penetration in the paint, which is what we've been trying to do all year. It's not letting anybody in there. And if somebody's going to beat us, hopefully it's from the outside. We can contest that. So we're really not having to change much of our game plan today, but they are very fast and very athletic.
I think how big is rebounding going to be for you girls in this game?
Huge, and just because they're not real tall, it doesn't matter. We played a lot of teams that have quick guards and lead them in rebounding, is that they react. So it's going to be our guards' responsibility. Usually our bigger girls, we don't have a lot of big girls, but my Addison and my Bell usually do the job on the blocks. We usually get beat from the top of the key when those guards slash.
Sure.
And so our guards are going to have to do their job blocking out.
Well, Coach, I know you got them prepared. Thanks for speaking with us for the game, and good luck to you girls for the rest of this season.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
Good job.
Central Kentucky Driving School is raising the bar in driver education because the safety of their students is too important for anything less. Offering driver training for teens and adults, Central Kentucky Driving School will equip you with the skills needed to become a safe and confident driver. A proud community partner, Central Kentucky Driving School invests in their students and families and guides you every step of the way. For more information, give them a call at 859-538-7775 or visit drivecky.com.
Let's get real. With us, you'll get a great education that can lead to a great career faster. Even better, you won't end up with crippling debt. College for the real world. College for your world.
Proudly based in Jessamine County, R.J. Corman Railroad Group has been serving North America's railroad industry since 1973. Find out more by visiting rjcorman.com. For high-quality railroad service, it's R.J. Corman.
We all want our kids to grow up safe and healthy, so we show them how, and we tell them with honest conversations that let them know what we expect. That's especially important when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. Kids need to know the dangers and how to avoid them. And when it comes to pain medications, opioids, they need to know that they should never be taken without a prescription and never shared with friends or family. It's dangerous and illegal. So talk with your kids, because when you talk, they hear you.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by the Kentucky Army National Guard. Serve your country while going to school or work full-time. Find your fit at nationalguard.com.
Back live at Lafayette tonight's keys to the game are presented by our great friends at Tech Tech24. If you're seeking a fresh start to your career, Tech24 is the place for you. They're a commercial food service repair company that is hiring in Lexington. For more information, contact Brad Wilson at 864-549-8344 or visit mytech24.com. And it's in unison rebounding, very important tonight for Henry Clay.
I think very much so. I think that's one of the first things I thought would be their main key would be to box out and limit those second chance points for the Generals. They're going to have to keep good position on defense as well because Lafayette they run a lot of good sets. They get a lot of cuts. They run a shuffle cut and different things going towards the basket. So they're going to have to good position on defense. And then, again, Henry Clay needs to execute on offense against that Lafayette zone.
What do they need to do specifically to attack that zone?
I think a lot of times Lafayette does a good job of positioning within that zone, and it just causes teams to settle for shots that may be open, but not the shots really that team wants to shoot. So they got to get in the middle of that zone with that good, strong drive that they've got. It'll create inside-out threes and also shots around the basket. So they've got to penetrate that thing when they can and handle the trap situations.
And on-ball defense, very important for Lafayette as well.
Very much so. That was one of the things I thought they were going to have to struggle with is that good, strong drive that Henry Clay presents. They're going to have to contain that, continue to rebound both ends is going to be a big key for them. Get some second chance points for the Generals, and then Lafayette needs to get the good shots they want as well. Henry Clay does a good job of positioning, especially later in the year. I thought they've really come a long way as far as the way they've defended, and they're going to have to defend the Generals well tonight.
On paper, this just seems like a tough matchup for Henry Clay. They don't rebound the ball that well, and Lafayette is so sturdy, and those Combs sisters relentless on the backboard.
I think that is probably the biggest hurdle is going to be that rebounder. I totally agree with you on that, Chris, because that's just, some girls just got a knack for it, and there's 2 or 3 of them on her. That really do have a good knack.
Lafayette has won 9 straight games. This is a team with 4 losses, 2 of which occurred inside the 11th region to Douglas and Madison Central. And if form holds, they're going to get a second crack at the Indians coming up on Thursday.
Yeah, and I think for Lafayette, they just show a good team demeanor. The demeanor of those girls, the way they work with one another. You can watch them on the sideline. You can watch them on the floor together. I loved how Coach Denton, last time we interviewed them in the district championship, she said, I asked her about her daughter, and she said that that was one of the first times that she called timeout, and her daughter came in and she said, I didn't say a word. And but for that to happen, any coach would want that, whether it's their son, daughter, or whatever. But what I say is that's special. That's an extension of her able to coach on the floor.
And Anna Clay, the 5'5" junior, only averages 7, but she doesn't need to score a lot for this team to do well.
No, but the things that she does outside of the scoring column and the way she handles and the way she's delivered and assists the ball and sets her teammates up, but even just to get them in the offense and to hold them accountable.
Henry Clay 10-18, Lafayette 25-4. We will take a quick pause, back with more coverage. 11th Region quarterfinal action. Be right back after this.
Let's get real. With us, you'll get a great education that can lead to a great career faster. Even better, you won't end up with crippling debt. College for the real world. College for your world.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
We're going to have live basketball for you in just a couple of minutes. It's Henry Clay and it's Lafayette Live here on Glycod. I'm Chris LeBar. Our producer tonight is Steve Bird, Joe O'Million on camera, Tim Glenn, former Scott County boys coach, our outstanding color analyst. Live basketball on the other side of this pause. You're watching the 11th Region quarterfinal on Glycod.
Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at donfranklinauto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
From Glycod is Central Kentucky High School basketball. Presented by Bluegrass Community and Technical College. College for the real world. College for your world. Tonight's game is brought to you by Cartown Kia in Nicholasville. Movement that inspires. IBEW Local 369. Power up your potential. Mathnasium of East and West Lexington, changing lives through math. Roosters, a fun, casual place for wings and more. Martin's Peterbilt of Central Kentucky, Community Action Council, New Vista, Tech 24, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, and Fast Signs. Now courtside for all the action from Glycod on Central Kentucky High School basketball. Presented by Bluegrass Community and Technical College.
Let's get real. We offer a lot of the same courses you'll find at a four-year college. But with our small classes and personal attention, you won't get lost in the crowd. College for the real world. College for your world.
Stuck on the road? Call Martin's Peterbilt Mobile Service. Our 24/7 commercial roadside service, truck and trailer repair, and warranty service will have you back on the road in no time. Call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School basketball from Glycod.
Time now for your starting lineups, brought to you in part by Roosters. Roosters, a fun, casual place and a great place to watch tonight's game on Glycod. Visit any of their 3 Central Kentucky locations or order online at roosterswings.com. The expected 5 for Henry Clay includes all 11th region performer Ari Sutton at 15 points per game, Jaden Jeffers, Brinley Dumford, Peyton Markham, and Charlie Ann Robinson, who Coach is very fond of, 13 points in an abbreviated season, the Frankfurt transfer.
Yes, and she's one of those that can get downhill, that's for sure.
Starting lineups for Lafayette, the usual contestants. This is a very senior-laden, very seasoned team, and the starters will be the same as they have been throughout much of the campaign, as they are led, of course, by Belk Holmes, 5'10 senior, all 11th region performer, 16 points and 9 rebounds. Abby Popham and Tess Nelson also double-figure scores, with Addison Combs starting alongside Anna Clay Denton. And Tess Nelson, a very good foul shooter, 86%.
Very, very good. She's a very good, pulls that little short jumper. I love to see that in girls basketball. And then I also wanted to mention, they talked about Miss Combs being an outstanding softball player as well. Just a very, very good softball player, and is how she's developed into this basketball game.
Take a look at the 3 officials out of Louisville, 6th and 7th region. Christy Boylan, John Jury, and Yule McLaurin. This series, of course, these 2 programs very familiar with one another over the years, with Henry Clay having a slight advantage. And they have won 3 of 4 in the postseason, with Lafayette, of course, winning the regular season game this year handily. What do you look for early, Tim?
You know, I think it's going to be a game of chess for a minute, because I just kind of the Lafayette gets it to where it's kind of slow to start off, but then it always seems like Lafayette's the one that becomes the aggressor and begins to run.
So an early sideline out, and possession going to start this thing for Henry Clay.
Here's one. We'll check and see how they're going to attack this 2-3. Traditional kind of what they've done throughout the course of the season. They do it different ways. This looks like they're going to side that out.
Dumford along with that one, and the rebound vacuumed in by Anna Clay Denton to start. Just underway from Lafayette. And Henry Clay in a straight man to begin.
Very
Nelson,
nice.
8-footer is in.
Right on cue, exactly what I said. That little dribble pull-up gets about 8-10 foot away, and she knocks it down regular.
There's Charlie Ann Robinson with the answer for Henry Clay.
One right back. Nice looking stroke there as well. I love to see that. Under control. Good take.
Strong drive. That's off the mark from Denton. Back out to Addison Combs. Popham flings a three.
Great look for Popham.
Great box out by 32 Peyton Markham of Henry Clay as Robinson coming up the floor. And she'll be called for a double dribble.
Well, I was wrong about it being slow. These girls are out and running and attacking the rim right off the bat. That's going to make it fun.
It might be to Henry Clay's liking.
Yes, sir.
Quicker pace.
I believe you're right.
And out of bounds, an early miscue. Henry Clay, the beneficiary. We take another look at the Charlie Ann Robinson bucket.
Again, just under control. I love that. Some kids try to take it too deep, and that's just stop and shoot when you're open.
Great find underneath, and Robinson rolled off. How about Markham backside? And the rebound secured now by 11, Belle Combs of Lafayette. Tied at 2, some 90 seconds deep. Great entry.
Look.
Catch and score.
Great look. Started with Combs sealing up good and high. She sealed up high enough so that they could be lobbed over top to. But great entry pass.
So Belle Combs with her first field goal, and Lafayette leads 4-2.
Middle stays pretty open, but again, Miss Combs sitting right in behind, kind of lurking. This is what I talk about. There's that high side out. Great job defensively.
Well, and Abby Popham has that ball squirt all the way back near half court. It's scooped up by Denton. There's a three by Popham that's long. Followed by Belle Combs, won't go. And another three. Tess Nelson puts it in.
Tess Nelson, Miss Tess, she splashed it. Don't hesitate, young lady. Let it go.
An early Henry Clay timeout. Back in 30 seconds, a 7-2 Lafayette start on Glycod.
Let's get real. With us, you'll get a great education that can lead to a great career faster. Even better, you won't end up with crippling debt. College for the real world. College for your world.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Lafayette seizing a second chance point and a big Tess Nelson three.
She hesitated just a fraction right there, and that makes it an even tougher shot, to be honest with you. But she has no reason to hesitate. When she gets a look like that, Miss Nelson should let it go.
Here you see Coach Gerard as Henry Clay out of the timeout.
Let's see how they attack it. Screen down on the opposite side, on the sides. Here's that high side out. I love when Coach Denton does that.
There's Dumford short on that three and a long rebound out of bounds.
Great box out by Tess Nelson right there. She had the chance to, the girl she had pinned had a chance to get to it, and she slid her feet and got down low and kept her from it.
So a very solid start for the favored Lafayette Generals. Now Popham. Nice cut and a deflection out. Ari Sutton knocks it out. It'll stay Lafayette.
Belle Combs, she just could have, I think she got caught up in the screen a little bit. She could have broke away and made that roll a little faster. She was going to be there.
Combs drawing a lot of attention, and Markham shadows the pass and back out again underneath.
Good defense by Henry Clay right there. They were trying to get the ball to Combs with a little momentum going towards the basket.
And Anna Clay Denton working opposite Jada Henderson. That's checked in for Henry Clay. Baseline Jay Nelson swish.
She's got a stroke now. That's what I say. She don't need to hesitate. Her teammates and coaches want her to shoot that thing.
Tess Nelson with 5 early points, and it's a 9-2 Lafayette start. Here's Jaden Jeffers probing, taking it right to Belle Combs, initiating contact, and a Lafayette foul.
Jeffers, she does a good job getting down here with the basketball and just finishes well, and she's I think, a piece that's really developed over the course of this year for Henry Clay.
So Jaden Jeffers for 2-pounder on the year-and-a-half dozen. And what a wonderful possession preceding by Lafayette.
Got both bands here tonight.
A lot of school spirit this evening for two arch rivals here. The winner moves on to the semifinal on Thursday against the winner of Great Crossing and Madison Central. That game just underway in Richmond. Driving is Denton off the mark, and a rebound secured by 3 Charlie and Robinson. Now Ari Sutton idling in. Jeffers from 15. Sutton follows. And it's scooped out of there by Abby Popham. Lafayette ball.
Popham's just a good, solid little guard, man. I tell you what, and she don't leave her any room either. She's definitely one that would hurt you on that regard.
You got a held ball. She leads the Generals in threes at 58 made on the year.
Yeah.
And possession, Lafayette.
Fortunate right there, just a miscue on a pass, really, to kind of get that play started. Oscillating Combs down there. They're trying to feed her. Good D by Henry Clay.
Sure is Robinson all about it in front of Anna Clay Denton. There's Belle Combs. Nelson from 16.
That's her shot.
Touched last by a closing Belle Combs. It will belong to Henry Clay.
Again, if you'll watch Lafayette, as that thing comes down and Henry Clay gets the ball on the wing, one of those top two will get up, and they actually get up sideways on that wing to keep it on that side. Again, just makes it, you really have to play in that regard. Here comes Anna Clay. She's got her all the way up sideways, if you notice. She wants to keep it on that side.
Jaden Jeffers splits defenders, chased down. That's Abby Popham, and back to initiate a foul is number 1 Ari Sutton of Henry Clay.
Tough finish at the rim. On the run, but also just took the hit and tried to score it after it.
Really solid start for Lafayette. Henry Clay held to 1 field goal. It was a Charlie and Robinson jumper. And the Generals now lead by a touchdown.
Henry Clay needs to get him a good set down here. And on this made free throw, it makes it tough. Lafayette usually doesn't press or anything, but they just get back and make you get solid, and then you got to execute down on that end.
They're a really solid team, Tim.
They are, man.
Ari Sutton, a deep 3. Wow. Rebound, volleyed underneath. It's brought down by 15 Addison Combs. Held ball this time. It's going to stay Henry Clay.
I'm sure Henry Clay's coaches would be quick to say, we're not that desperate yet. We can get a better look than that, probably.
Now Sutton near wing. Charlene Robinson needling in the lane, lofts it in.
Yeah. They're going to have to do that, get down in there and break it up a little bit. And every now and then you'll score it, but that punch-out's going to be good to create another drive.
So Robinson with both Blue Devils field goals. Lafayette by 6 as they're going to weave it in front.
Wow. Great ball movement, great look, had plenty of time to set her feet.
Chased down up front by Charlie and Robinson of Henry Clay as Robinson arcs it in again.
Tell you what, like I say, Miss Robinson, she takes that ball and she gets downhill. She finished well in a game I saw earlier this year.
Anna Clay Denton up top. Got it!
Great look. Caught it with confidence, stroked it home, splashed it.
Both teams having success. 14-7. Jaden Jeffers, and how about Denton?
Great hands.
Anna Clay Denton, unevaded. Oh my. Kirsten Kelly followed, and a foul over the top on Charlian Robinson for the Henry Clay foul. A lot of action here in the last couple of sequences.
Fortunate for them to be able to get that rebound right there. That's usually one that's tough to get, but that's great on the part of, I think, Kelly that came behind and rebounded that ball.
The two Henry Clay starters sub out there. You see Robinson and Jeffers. 8th grader Meredith McGuire is in number 15. She's right there shadowing number 2, Kirsten Kelly, that's 5 years older. Kelly is senior.
Wow.
There's an entry to Tess Nelson. Kelly reverses,
Great
Popham teed up.
Great extra pass.
Backboard by Nelson. That's going to result in an Anna Clay Denton basket.
Just so unselfish and poised in the way they pass the ball and set one another up. There's that good split. Got deep in there and caused a great look.
Dumford's shot off, and the 8th grade in McGuire puts it in.
Put me in, coach, and Miss Kelly, she's a very good shot. I've seen her make big shots this year.
Tess Nelson well short with that one. It's scooped up by Anna Clay Denton and blocked by Peyton Markham. With Lafayette right now getting every 50-50 ball.
I'll tell you what, it's amazing.
Popham dumps it down low, and it's going to ricochet off the patella of 15, Addison Combs.
Lafayette's going up and down pretty good. Seems like they're a little tired right here for a minute.
So Henry Clay perhaps can hang on to it for one final shot attempt in the balance of this quarter. They're Sutton drawing some attention. Oh, great skip pass. Dumford takes it right to Belle Combs, and it's blocked.
Wow.
With 5 seconds as Anna Clay Denton arcs it to Kelly. And the shot not off in time. And that's going to wrap up the first 8 minutes. A 16-9 Lafayette lead over Henry Clay. More coverage coming up right after this.
New year means next level math, but even the best teachers can't always provide the personal attention each child needs. Magnesium has a solution to help any student excel. Our caring, highly trained instructors use a range of teaching modes that ensure true foundational understanding. We're not about rote memorization. The Magnesium method develops the critical thinking and problem-solving skills they need to succeed, with the option to learn face-to-face online at home or face-to-face at one of our 1,000 neighborhood learning centers. Magnesium, we're changing lives through math.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Back live at Lafayette, Chris Labar, former Scott County boys basketball coach Tim Glenn. It's a pleasure to have you here for the 11th Region quarterfinal. Lafayette off to a 16-9 beginning, and Tess Nelson's imprint all over the first 8 minutes.
Sure, she's just, I like to say, just a good, solid basketball player. She's just very meticulous in the way she plays the game, in and around. It's very exact. Probably goes a little bit along with her GPA. I believe she was a mathnasium student. One game I called, she has well over a 4.0, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Miss Combs, to end that first quarter, blocked a shot out of the hand of one of the Henry Clay players. I have never seen a young lady playing high school basketball that blocks the ball out of the hand as much as really both the Combs girls.
So Lafayette begins with possession. Woven around to Tess Nelson. There's Belle Combs. Nice swerve pass near us. Inside the arc, a long 3, rather a long 2 is in.
Good
Skylar Davis.
Caught that in stride and let it go.
Davis, a 5'3" sophomore, only averages 2 points per game.
There's that trap in the corner.
Charlian Robinson inside the arc. It's in.
I'll tell you what, the Blue Devils, thank goodness for Charlian Robinson. She is carrying them right now. She needs somebody to come alongside of her.
Robinson with 8 on 4 made field goals. And Bill Combs rifles that right past Abby Popham out of bounds.
All right, it's good possession right here for Henry Clay. Go down there, work the ball a little bit, get something you want. A bucket and a stop, a bucket and a stop. Get a couple of those and you're right back in it. Great pass.
It's going to ricochet out of bounds, I think off Popham. And you're right, Tim. Robinson doing a little bit of everything for Henry Clay.
She is. She's took it in transition. She's hit the little jumper, and that right there was impressive as she was back by that three-point line. She was close to that being a three-pointer for sure.
So Blue Devils possession underneath.
Look at that, how aggressive, staying up with the body. Man, what a great job.
Nearly going to force a turnover. Scooped up by Dumford, and she's blocked. That shot blocked by Skylar Davis.
Came in, made an impact in the first minute and a half. Great job by Miss Davis.
Block shot, turnover, and a made bucket. Tess Nelson arcing it. Now underneath. Great entry, and there's 2 for Belle Combs.
Good basketball, sister to sister. That's just good basketball right there. She had her sealed right up underneath the goal. Good entry pass.
The spacing on this Lafayette offense just so impressive.
Really is.
Right through Robinson on the entry, and a Henry Clay foul.
And who comes up with it other than Miss Skylar Davis? Come in, play a minute or two like that, you earn you some more postseason time right here, that's for sure.
Well, her confidence certainly has to grow as a result of this solid play early.
Oh, yeah.
What's that feel like as a head coach there where you play a kid maybe hasn't gotten a lot of playing time, but they immediately deliver? What does that do for you?
It's gratifying, actually, and just to see a kid's confidence. You see them working every day, and for them to have success, it's just a gratifying thing. I think that's why you do it, really.
As Belle Combs trapped. And maybe that leash gets a little bit longer next time.
Leash gets a little longer. That's exactly right.
Skylar Davis in the corner. Angles it underneath Belle Combs. Lofts it over the length of Markham. And the rebound secured by 2 Jaden Jeffers of Henry Clay as Jeffers weaving her way to the basket and draws a General's foul.
That was a nice move right there. She I think it was over at Scott County in that game about a week ago. Man, she did a Euro move that was so impressive to me. Oh, my goodness. And that right there, kind of the same thing. Just real shifty to get herself in a spot where she can get it off.
So Jeffers scoreless thus far tonight. Does have season high of 25 against a very solid LCA team.
Wow.
As Jeffers knocks in the free throw.
Look for maybe Henry Clay. If they hit a free throw here, let's see if they press.
Rattles in.
Thought they might try to maybe up the ante in the full court a little bit, but I would say these Generals, you know, if you press a little bit and you get a little bit too aggressive, that can sometimes come to bite you against a team that passes the ball like these Generals do.
Some discussion over there briefly with referee Christy Boylan and Allison Denton, and now we've got a sub coming in that's going to be nullified briefly. A little communication issue at the scores table. 2 subs waiting to come in as Lafayette traipses up the floor in what is a 7-point lead. And it's going to stay General ball. Good on-ball defense by Meredith McGuire.
Yeah, May have got into her just a little bit, gave her a little shove, but that's where the referee, you can't give him the foul and the ball, even if it went off of him right there.
Inbounded underneath, Tess Nelson to rifle it in. It's Abby Popham inside the lane, right.
Wow.
In as she split the double team and lofted it up and in.
Split it, used the strength, and just put it right in the middle of the goal.
Generals by 9. Dumford Great pass, or was it? No, good idea, but behind Jada Henderson for a turnover.
A little bit behind her. She was cutting. I think she was open for a second, and then by the time she threw the pass, she was already moving to the other block.
Lafayette with a chance here. Basket would give them their first double-figure lead. Popham cuts, lofts it long, and there's Jada Jeffers to reel in the Henry Clay rebound. Jeffers tried to find.
She did. That lofted pass right there. Lafayette's just too long to loft it around up into the middle like that. They're probably going to come up with that.
There's Anna Clay Denton, far sideline.
Got her posted up. Not quite far enough.
Underneath, that was Jada Henderson to deflect it away for Henry Clay. Now Jaden Jeffers veers. Will it count?
I don't know if she'll count that one or not.
So foul prior to. So sideline underneath. We got a Lafayette timeout. 9-point Generals lead. You're watching the 11th Region Girls Quarterfinal from Glycod.
Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at donfranklinauto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School basketball from Glycod.
Welcome back to Lafayette High School, 11th Region Quarterfinal. Lafayette leading Henry Clay 22-13. Winner takes on the winner of Great Crossing and Madison Central on Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Crossing and Central playing right now in Richmond. We will update you on that score at the half. Madison Central a big favorite in that game, winners of 26 games this season.
Central had a really good run there for a while before they took a loss, if I'm not mistaken.
Lost to South Laurel. Scott True, 11th Region Coach of the Year. There's Jeffers near wing. A lot of great coaching jobs this year in the 11th Region.
Really has been, girls and guys.
And Anna Clay Denton with a reach in, and Generals foul will be their third team foul of this second quarter. And 2 free throws after another couple of fouls here for Henry Clay as they try to get back within a few possessions.
Anna Clay probably got she probably got a lot of ball on that one, to be honest with you. She gave a
Sutton short on that high arcing three, and it's floated back, but Belcombe stepping on the baseline.
Henry Clay, good job attacking the boards right there. It's a good soft shot on that three. A lot of times it's a longer rebound right under the goal, but just too many Blue Devils around Miss Combs for her to pull it in.
Generals on the defensive end here. Henry Clay trying to do it. Ari Sutton scoreless thus far. Henry Clay led by Charlie and Robinson. He's got 8 of their 13 points.
Got him a few different ways as well.
Under 3 now in the half.
Good job getting out of that trap.
McGuire, swish!
Good stroke, they needed that. Now, get a stop down here on this side. Get you another good look. And you're right back in this thing.
Meredith McGuire's an 8th grader. She's got 4 points. There's a baseline floater in again for Tess Nelson.
Tess Nelson is just, she's a great shooter. I bet she's one of those that can just sit there and just spot shoot you. She'd be a tough one to play around the world with.
Horse.
Yeah.
24-15 as the teams exchange baskets. Nearly.
Great cut. McGuire, great pass. Wow.
There's Ari Sutton for her first field goal.
That's good basketball right there. Middle cut, drop it to the block.
Off the mark on that three is Kirsten Kelly, but the follow goes in.
The Combs sisters, Again, relentless on the boards. Right idea, had that middle cutter again. Pass just a little high. Great look by Anna Clay Denton. Oh my gosh.
And Belle Combs there to clean it up.
Staying with it. Great job.
Generals leading by double figures now for the first time. And a foul up top on the Generals, their fourth. It's on Anna Clay Denton.
I know that's 2. It's her third.
Oh, excuse me. So 3 fouls on her, but 4 on the team this quarter.
She'll probably have to get her. You don't want to risk her being on defense right there. Last minute 20, because we got a lot of basketball to play. Pass by Ari Sutton.
And McGuire trying to find Peyton Markham, and it's out of bounds.
Great look by Ari right there to create a passing angle before she let it go.
Popham initiating, driving
Inside
for
out.
2.
Beautiful inside out move that just froze them up top. One more dribble and then laid it in tough.
That's going to be off from Brinley Dunford, now 0 of 3 from three-point range. And Lafayette with a little cushion here as we slide under a minute in the half.
Lafayette almost lulls you a little bit. They get you and they'll pass the ball, but then they're ready to run at the drop of a hat. They take off running with it and shoot the ball up the sideline right there. Is a great job.
Henry Clay going back to their bench. Jada Henderson back in.
Henry Clay sticking with that man-to-man. Great cut right there. Good screen. Great cut by Tess Nelson.
And Popham funnels it in the corner. Great entry again. There's Belle Combs' swim move, and that shot off.
She likes that move. She used it quite often.
30 seconds now in the half. Jaden Jeffers right through Jada Henderson for a turnover.
Jade Jeffers, she uses the jab step as good as any young lady in basketball that I've seen this year. The jab step is a great art, but you got to practice it because a lot of times you get called for a walk. She does a great job with that jab.
And Lafayette perhaps going to hang on to it with 16 seconds now in this first half. Tess Nelson been the story, leading scorer in the game with double figures, and it's out of bounds to Henry Clay. So Henry Clay with one final opportunity to reduce this deficit.
Probably got past and moving just a little bit too much right there, a little too early. Probably wait to kind of start that last offensive set until it gets a little deeper in the clock.
Charlene Robinson back in as well. Or no. And Robinson going to enter the ball side court. There we go. And Zari Sutton. Wow. Off the glass. Robinson follows, and that's going to take us to halftime. A 30-17 Lafayette lead. They led by 7 after 1, and they've added 6 to that tally. Generals on top 30-17. We'll have more coverage from Lafayette High School in just a moment on Glycon.
Children love Head Start, and you will too. Community Action Council's prep academies are hiring now. Head Start is an early childhood education program for children from birth to age 5. Help us give more children the Head Start advantage.
Teacher, what are you waiting for?
Join our team of dedicated education professionals. Apply online today at comaction.org. What are you waiting for?
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at DonFranklinAuto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Are you an HVAC and refrigeration tech looking for new opportunities? Tech24 is your single source for commercial HVAC, refrigeration, and kitchen equipment maintenance all across the country. We have exciting career opportunities with great pay and benefits in your area. To learn more, contact Brad at 864-549-8344 and check us out on the web at mytech24.com. 864-549-8344.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
A new year means next level math, but even the best teachers can't always provide the personal attention each child needs. Mathnasium has a solution to help any student excel. Our caring, highly trained instructors use a range of teaching modes that ensure true foundational understanding. We're not about rote memorization. The Mathnasium method develops the critical thinking and problem-solving skills they need to succeed, with the option to learn face-to-face online at home or face-to-face at one of our 1,000 neighborhood learning centers. Mathnasium, we're changing lives through math.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by Mathnasium of East and West Lexington, sponsor of tonight's Scholar Athlete. Mathnasium unlocks the math potential in every child.
Back live at Lafayette, Chris LeBar alongside former Scott County boys basketball coach Tim Glenn. It is great to have you with us. This is first half that, Henry Clay's done some good things, but Lafayette just so much more sound and consistent.
Yeah, they stayed in the race there for a minute. They're still in it. It's not over yet by any means, but, Lafayette, they kind of flexed their strength a little bit there to close the quarter, I thought, that second quarter, and did it defensively, did it offensively, took care of the basketball, and of course, just rebounding and having those second chance points, that helped them.
Yeah, Tess Nelson leading all scores. I thought she had 10, but Nelson only with 9. And Charlie-Ann Robinson, 4 or 5 from the floor for 8 points.
Yeah, and like I say, not easy shots that she put in. The one she missed was highly contested, but the thing about it is she's kept them in it. She kept them in it early on, kept them in it throughout that first 2 quarters. Somebody's got to step alongside of her, and they got to get some more stops against Lafayette to stay in this ball game.
Halftime numbers presented by our great friends at Community Action Council. They are helping people and changing lives, and all the discussion about rebounding. Henry Clay's actually outboarding Lafayette by 1 at halftime.
I wondered when I got those things, I got to look at them, but they did, and they've been relentless on their end, trying to achieve some offensive, some second chance points, and they wound up with 7 offensive rebounds. They had as many offensive rebounds as they did defensive during that half.
Only 4 turnovers for Lafayette, and certainly a product of their season, their experience, the decision making that they present.
Yeah, they're impressive. It doesn't matter, guys, girls, whatever, to watch 5 people out there on the floor that pass the ball and look for one another. The unselfishness, there's always use the extra pass. it's fun basketball to watch.
What is the message in the Henry Clay locker room at this point?
I think they're going to have to, when they do get in those situations where Lafayette's passing the ball around, they're going to have to go ahead and get in the passing lane a little bit, take their chances, make Lafayette have to backdoor. And I've always said you got to get out there far enough to make that person backdoor. The person on the ball has to guard them hard enough that they have to throw a good pass, they have to catch it on the run, and they have to score it. And if they don't, then we need to get it. So, they're going to have to do some things like that Henry Clay's, they're going to have to press the issue a little bit and make them do something else.
Anything concerning in the Lafayette sideline?
You can't get complacent. That's the thing, and you go in with a good double-digit lead that's solid. You got a little momentum as you went in. You got to carry it over and go ahead and put them away if you're supposed to.
More coverage after this timeout. Lafayette on top. Henry Clay 30-17. And the second half comes up next on Glycod.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
With Fast Signs, create striking custom visuals that inspire pride district-wide. Fast Signs, make your statement.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
Let's get real. We offer a lot of the same courses you'll find at a four-year college. But with our small classes and personal attention, you won't get lost in the crowd. College for the real world. College for your world.
When it comes to vaping, the truth can get clouded. So let's make it clear. Vaping is not safe for youth.
Because vaping can put microscopic particles into your lungs.
And dangerous things like metals into your body.
And nicotine, which can harm a person's brain development through their mid-20s.
With appealing flavors, high nicotine levels, and lots of promotion on social media.
Many kids think vaping is harmless, but it's not.
So talk to your kids about the risks of vaping.
Because when you talk, they hear you.
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at DonFranklinAuto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by Central Kentucky Driving School, raising the bar in driver education. Man of War Harley-Davidson, 100% Kentucky owned and operated. And by Don Franklin Auto, driven by family.
Back live at Lafayette as the Generals 16 minutes away from a semifinal date on Thursday. It'll be their first trip to the semis since 2022. This is a program that has been there many, many times.
Yes, she's, I think we made the comment, said when we were over to district championship the other day, I came around the corner and Brandon Salzman was down at the bottom of the steps. And I said, where's our Brandon? I said, I got to go find Coach Denton. They've just won. He said, Well, she's just won another one. That's all it is.
The 24th regional trip and 4 times to the Sweet 16.
Wow. This 11th region is going to be tough. There's a good look for Sutton right there.
Rebound brought down by Addison Combs. You talked about Tim Henry Clay trying to pick up maybe the pressure, quicken the pace a little bit.
Yeah.
There's Combs, great find underneath.
Wow.
And 2 free throws looming for Addison Combs.
You know, it's not helped them that they're shooting 0 for 7, now 0 for 8 from the three-point line. It's Henry Clay.
Combs on the season, 68% free throw shooter, and of all the 10th graders in FCPS, I think next year she's going to have one fine season as an 11th grader.
Sure. And this success, to go through this year and have success, especially as a young player, as a sophomore, oh my gosh, how that just breeds into the next season or two is unbelievable.
Really an opportunity with, Bell moving on to Addison, have a larger role next year. Nice move underneath, Jaden Jeffers, and going to deflect off of Lafayette General, and Henry Clay will keep it.
Jeffers with her shiftiness right there. She got to a great spot. She's just got to go ahead and find a way to power that up, either get a foul or she had it in a good spot right there.
There's Robinson dishing it near sideline to Ari Sutton. It's been very difficult for Henry Clay to score in the half court.
Yeah, it's that whole execute thing like we said at the beginning.
Entry pass deflected, and here comes Bill Combs for Lafayette.
Great defense.
Largest lead at 14.
Henry Clay got it spread out pretty good now, kind of locking on a little more. Oh, what a great cut pass.
Tess Nelson unable to connect from the doorstep. Here's Jaden Jeffers. Jeffers angling in, lofts it long. And Combs back to clean it up for Lafayette. Popham inside the arc. And a long rebound, floated back.
Look at that. Oh.
And it's going to be out of bounds, Henry Clay.
Just battling and getting after it. A couple more rebounds right there. You did notice in those halftime stats that you had Lafayette did have 9 offensive rebounds during that first half and 11 second chance points, I believe. That's a big quotient within those 31, or within the 29-30 they had at halftime.
First time I've heard you use that word this year, Tim.
Yeah, it's tough. I'm an ex-PE teacher, so
quotient.
Quotient.
6 minutes in this third quarter. Sutton triggers a 3. And there's Nelson on the rebounding edge for Lafayette. And a Henry Clay foul will be their second of this quarter.
Probably did. She was losing her footing right there. I thought they might go towards a walk, but they were fouling her pretty good. Oh, wow. Turned her loose.
Sure did. Abby Popham now arcs it back near sideline as the Generals had an opportunity there to score.
Oh, that's a great look for her.
Popham arcs a 3 short.
Shoot it again, young lady.
Popham again. And the rebound brought down by Charlian Robinson. Henry Clay's leading scorer tonight. There's Robinson from 13. And chased down in the corner by 3, Abby Popham of the Generals.
I'll tell you, these 3 Louisville referees, they're letting them play in here tonight. It's physical and rough.
Well, that's what Louisville's known for. They let them play there in the 6th and 7th region.
Louisville and Lexington both, I agree.
I've always heard coaches talk about that. Did you notice that over the years?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'll comment on that later.
Well, sometimes it's probably difficult for coaches to get adjusted to, and players.
It is, especially when you go out of region. It's very, very difficult. You actually have to play a little different to a certain degree.
And Henry Clay picks up their third foul. So with the 11th region tournament, both the boys and girls will be officiated by Louisville referees. So keep that in mind all week.
And I do like that. I think it's good. It just gives a non-partisan, impartial kind of thing when those guys come in and do that.
And these officials, the tops in their region, voted on and assigned.
Yep. Get rated.
Here's the three by Denton. Swirls out. And Dupford brings down the rebound.
How about that play by Denton? Right to the floor.
And
no call.
Ari Sutton there to theft it away for Henry Clay's. Both teams yet to score
What
a field goal.
A pass.
And Robinson breaks the streak. First field goal of the second half.
That is what you call a dime, Chris.
Lafayette timeout. We're going to keep things here. Watch Ari Sutton doing what she does so well, just driving the ball up the floor, and what a wonderful pass.
Under control right here, and I mean zips it. A little bit of mustard on that one, and a great catch and finish down there by Miss Davis.
Yeah, so Robinson now double figures with 10 points for Henry Clay.
Yeah, Miss Robinson, I should say. Yeah, she's great catch and finish on her part.
We talked about Lafayette's success along the way. Henry Clay, certainly no stranger to postseason glory as well. This is a team that won the state championship back in 1990.
Wow.
Into the Sweet 16 as recently as 2008.
1990, that'd be the year I graduated in 1989. That doesn't even seem right. I think I had a pretty good mullet back in that day.
I've heard the story about you that you could sky, though, Tim. Unbelievable hops.
You know, in high school, I was right there, but I couldn't get it. But I got on a couple of plyo things with somebody my first year or two in college, and it did wonders for me and helped me to be able to play the game to a different level. Here comes the pressure a little bit by Henry Clay. Kind of push that issue a little bit and make Lafayette have to respond in a way.
Yeah, it's Denton.
Great inside out.
And how about Robinson trying to scarf up that loose ball? Now Addison Combs, the stabilizer, and Sutton. Wonderful on-ball defense. And Ari lays it off. And comes back to commit the foul.
I'm telling you, wow, what a great defensive play. And, you know, I don't know, that right there is a good tough. She went towards the basket, didn't try to miss the contact. But it's just one of those games, if they're going to call it that way, and they are consistent in the way that they're doing it.
Fourth team foul. Lob and an easy layup for Addison Combs.
Great pass down the floor. Good transition out of the press offense right there.
33-19 with 3:33 remaining in this third quarter. Generals trying to earn their 26th win of the season. Robinson and an overplay by Belle Combs, and things starting to slip away for Henry Clay as Abby Popham catches. And she's missed many close to the basket tonight. Going to stay Lafayette.
Lafayette's had many good looks that hadn't went in, so that's why I say that's what's a little bit scary about this score and where it's at. Let's see what Coach Denton has out of on the OB under right here.
Robinson, great defense. Kirsten Kelly in the corner for Lafayette.
They can be a little patient right here. Get them a good one. It's probably a good time. Henry Clay's really pressuring. That's good. Oh, you got to lay that in, Anna Clay.
And a three for Tess Nelson. Nelson now with 12.
Although, again, that unselfishness leads to one more point than what she would have got.
And the Generals now enjoying their longest lead at 17.
Just such a good job of positioning on defense.
And Lafayette commits their first foul of this third period.
If that's on Anna Clay, then that's going to be her 4th.
This general team not exceptionally deep. Kirsten Kelly will play some off the bench. We saw Skylar Davis score a couple of points in the first half.
Yeah, she did a great job, actually. So Popham comes in. She'll probably run that 1 spot.
Yep, and a traveling violation.
She sure did. This experience on an 8th grader like Miss McGuire right there, that's this will grow her as well.
Well, she's shown flashes here in the postseason. We saw her a lot last week. Double dribble and possession back to Henry Clay.
I think Henry Clay's pressure up here, not that it's making them, but it makes them have to get into their offense different. So they've been able to knock it away and steal it and do things. They're going to have to keep that pressure on and try to keep making them play. They just got to finish down here on this end.
And deflected out. It's going to stay Henry Clay.
Tess Nelson, she's got really good length to her, doesn't she? She's down here closer to us on this end.
Well, her fundamentals with shooting just jump off the page.
Yeah, they do.
Jeffers following out. Robinson leaves it short. And under 2 minutes, third quarter, is Lafayette on their way, it appears, to a semifinal matchup on Thursday evening. And scarfed up in the corner by Jeffers, and we have a technical. Is that what we have? There a warning of some sort there on the Lafayette bench? The official,
I believe it was,
blew the whistle immediately, and I believe a warning.
I think it's a warning on the coach. He said he held the C up. Well, I don't know that I've seen them stop the break to give a warning. Henry Clay
had numbers.
Yeah, they had some numbers.
There's Robinson. She's played so well tonight.
Now, keep your pressure on. You're going to have to gamble a little bit. But you got to stay in front of Popham.
And back to scarf it up is Charlene Robinson of Henry Clay is the lead at 15. And a deflection by Abby Popham. Robinson's season high was 20. She's got 14 unofficially. She has been the lone offensive bright spot tonight for Henry Clay.
Yeah. Coach Denton making sure Miss Popham knew that she didn't want that type of drive with that many Henry Clay defenders down there.
There's Carolyn Young that's checked in. And diving on the floor. Wonderful effort by Addison Combs. And the arrow in favor of Lafayette.
Good
we have
timeout.
We do. Thank you, sir. Henry Clay stop. We're back in 30 seconds. It's a 15-point game on Glycod.
A lot of places to be. At Cartown Kia, we want to know, where can we take you?
Go for savings in the new 2025 Kia Telluride. Just $399 down and $399 a month. Or a 2025 Kia Sorento. Just $289 down and $289 a month. Or the hot new 2025 Kia K4. Yours for just $199 down and $199 a month.
And don't forget our 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Wherever you're going, start here at Cartown Kia and CartownKiaUSA.com.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
1:07 left third quarter. Lafayette on top of Henry Clay, 36-21. And the Blue Devils, certainly stranger things have happened, but they're, within a pulse, I would say.
Sure. No, it's still plenty of ball to play, but they are going to have to, like you say, up that tempo a little bit. Right here, they need a bucket.
Got to get Sutton going. What's been the defensive plan Lafayette has utilized on her?
You know, I think they know where she is. They know that she and Jeffers, great pass right there, great entry. All right, now we're one more stop, one more bucket, one at a time. I think they know where Ari is, but they pretty much just keep in that good solid zone, the one they've been playing all year long. Great backdoor.
It was. Popham grabs.
Perfect. That's
and
great
converts.
basketball. Great basketball. Good pass by Tess Nelson.
So Lafayette answering a Henry Clay basket. Robinson has the three blocked on the Combs closeout.
Again, the Combs girls, they really do block it out of the hand as good as any young ladies that I've seen do and play this game.
There's a three by Jeffers, well short as it grazed the front iron.
Good look. There we go, downhill for Ari Sutton.
Jada Henderson with the assist. 8 seconds now in the third, and got a foul away from the ball on Lafayette. A moving screen whistled on Belle Combs.
Yeah. Called for the seal. You know, some referees really look for that. Off the ball. You're supposed to do that in a way like where you're posting up and use no hands. But if you put those hands behind you, they'll call you for sealing away from the ball.
4 seconds left. Jeffers back to Sutton with a will not get a shot off in time. After three, Lafayette on top of Henry Clay, 38-25, and the fourth quarter is next on Glycod.
Let's get real. With us, you'll get a great education that can lead to a great career faster. Even better, you won't end up with crippling debt. College for the real world. College for your world.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time. While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by the Kentucky Army National Guard. Serve your country while going to school or work full-time. Find your fit at nationalguard.com.
Lafayette by 13 as we welcome you back.
Henry Clay's battling. I mean, they're right there. It's just a big hump to get past. They really make you execute on this offensive end. I thought Henry Clay has got some really good looks the past 3 out of 4 possessions that they've had against that tough Lafayette zone. So just keep getting those, but you got to get stops.
Take a look at the Henry Clay bench as we're back to live action here in Lafayette. Finds an Abby Popham three, and the rebound is secured by Belle Combs on the back.
Good look for Popham. They've had some great looks this half. I don't know if they've made a three yet.
Popham veering in, finds in the corner. That's Anna Clay Denton. Nice cut underneath.
Wow.
And a foul whistled. And it's going to be on, appears, Carolyn Young of Henry Clay.
Good footwork right there. You know, just kind of getting bumped, got double teamed, pivoted, got the defender on her left side, and then took it up with her right hand.
2 free throws for Addison Combs.
It's a great touch. She got on the, I see some of those kids do it. She got different color shoes on the back. That's a thing nowadays, I think. Henry Clay, good and active on this offensive end.
And
Robinson,
there's 2 more.
Right in the middle, off the drive. Gets where she needs to be and puts up that little soft jumper. Miss Denton she's the beneficiary of one of those reaching fouls this time. So
2 Henry Clay fouls with 7:01 in this fourth quarter. Charlie Ann Robinson got her now for 16. Anna Clay Denton darts underneath. Here's Combs attacking.
Yep.
And a foul.
Great job of just attacking the gap right there, if you will, but kind of tangled her feet up or she was going to lay that in.
Their spacing and their sets are so well done.
Incredible, man. But they also, they read. They make a read. Like that whole play right there was started because Anna Clay Denton read the overplay, went back door, caught it, and drew everybody under the basket to give to Combs.
And Combs gets that one to go as well.
Addison may be slightly longer maybe than Bell.
Does appear that way.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, Addison's listed at 5'11", Bell 5'10", and it is noticeable, so that might be greater than an inch.
Yeah.
Here's Dumford coming up the near sideline for Henry Clay. Funnels it back in play.
Way to stay with that, man. This being tough. I tell you, that's good poise by the Generals. It gets physical right there. You got to be tough with the ball and not just give it up. Popham took a pretty good jolt down there. They ran into one another.
14 fouls already for this Henry Clay team. Really enjoyed chatting with Ashley Gerard before the game. So upbeat. Loves coaching her team and had a great moment with her family as well before the game. And she's done a really solid job building this program.
Solid job. Super positive in the way she coaches her kids.
Again, this team was, dealt a blow, if you will, with Tamia Way transferring to Douglas in the summer. What a tremendous player she is. And, with that loss, they basically had to build everything around Ari Sutton, and they've done a credible job.
Yeah, they really have.
The 2 free throws, that's the 5th team foul now for Henry Clay, is Sutton for 2. And the lead at 16. At last look, Madison Central had a double-figure lead over Great Crossing, so if form holds, it'll be Lafayette and Madison Central. On Thursday, we had an earlier score from Douglas. First half, Douglas led Berea 32-2.
Are you kidding me? They're good, man. Frederick Douglass is good.
Very good.
I would love to see that Frederick Douglass, a matchup Frederick Douglass, Franklin County down the road.
Be a rematch of last year's final as well as a rematch of a game at Madison Central earlier this year where Franklin won on a buzzer beater.
Yeah.
Out of bounds and back to Lafayette.
Lafayette, they just do such a good job of positioning. They stay in front of you, but then again, they play the passing lane. It's a really tough zone. Coach Denton's done a really good job of teaching that.
Things shaping up to really be 2 solid semifinals on Thursday. .540 left in this fourth quarter. A few subs on the floor there. Skylar Davis, who's back in.
Such discipline by the Generals. Little trap. Henry Clay's trying to trap and do some things. You notice they got a kind of a 4-corner spread going right now. Put one in the middle. Yep. That's what I say. These girls, they know what to do. They just know where to be. They know what to do. And when the pressure turns up, they get their spacing, and then you just make reads.
Abby Popham able to drain one in there, and a foul at the other end on the Generals will be their first foul of this fourth quarter. So 2 free throws for Meredith McGuire of Henry Clay. And she'll be short with that one.
Yeah, that last possession by Lafayette was really impressive.
Got the friendly roll.
Denton could have went on, but she chose. She knows it's a time to. You're going to work the clock just a little bit. Here you got to go into that four-corner spread.
There's Denton again. This time lofts it up and in.
You got to. You can't play just to hold it. You go ahead and keep attacking. That's the best way to do it.
There's Robinson inside the foul line. Looked like it was blocked by Combs, and Markham scoops it up and puts it in. It's Peyton Markham's first field goal. A 49-30 Lafayette lead.
Henry Clay, little disheveled, if you will. They're going to have to come at it a little bit, try to trap and do some things. You still got 4 minutes. You can make some things happen.
What's Lafayette working on here in the final 4 minutes?
Just that poise where they're, there's going to be times they're going to have to do this. You got to
pass underneath and a wonderful dime by Denton. Is that an and one as well?
Sure is. The patience and the poise and the discipline. I mean, there's just not a lot of teams that have all those things. And the way they pass the ball, unselfishness, it's just the makings of something special, and it shows in their record.
Now, there's a reason that they've won so many games this year, going on 26-4 after this one.
It's teams like that. They're the teams that can, you come in against somebody and say, well, they might not be supposed to win that game. Well, a team that does that and has that demeanor with one another, man, they can win them all.
And that one swirls out. There's Denton on the backboard.
How about that?
And a rebound brought down by Jada Henderson of Henry Clay as we near the 3:30 mark. Lafayette has led throughout in this one.
Yeah.
And Jeffers to the foul line.
Probably got her on the arm right there a little bit. Good strong take.
Foul on Addison Combs. Jaden Jeffers will toe the line for two.
Yeah, the Lafayette Generals, they're not extremely deep. You're right. We come off the bench with Kelly. We've seen the Davis, who's in there right now, Miss Schuyler. But what I say, other than that, tonight, have we seen anybody else?
That's exactly what I was just looking at. I don't believe so. I think it's been 7.
I think it's it, 7. A lot of good high school teams, that's what they play, 7. Some of the better teams that we've had, we played 7, occasionally 8.
How do you maintain positive vibes with players 9 through 13 that aren't getting in?
It is. It's something that those kids, they have to realize you're not out of the mix. These people are producing a little more than you, but you got to play hard enough in practice to make everybody be better. Look at that, extra passes. Oh, my gosh. I just love it. It's just good basketball.
Yeah, and a Henry Clay foul. Yeah, if you like watching good, unselfish basketball, they're the team for you.
Yeah, kind of almost Wisconsin-like. I'm not going to say I'm a Wisconsin fan or anything, but the way they pass that ball around and share it, I like to get up and down with it too, don't get me wrong. But it's just impressive when you see high school kids that can be trained to do that because it's hard to do.
Don't mention Wisconsin and Lexington.
Yeah, no, you're right. So it was awful.
As Anna Clay Denton knocks another one in, and they're going to have a full Lafayette timeout. Generals on top with 3:10 to play. Tim and I with more coverage in just a second.
Central Kentucky Driving School is raising the bar in driver education because the safety of their students is too important for anything less. Offering driver training for teens and adults, Central Kentucky Driving School will equip you with the skills needed to become a safe and confident driver. A proud community partner, Central Kentucky Driving School invests in their students and families and guides you every step of the way. For more information, give them a call at 859-538-7775 or visit drivecky.com. You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
We're back live on Glycod 11th Region quarterfinal as Lafayette on their way in a 52-32 lead over Henry Clay. Generals have led throughout, led by 7 after 1 and by 13 at half, but a dominating third quarter has really opened things up.
It has, but like I say, Henry Clay's not giving it to them there. Lafayette's played really well, I think, both ends of the floor, but Henry Clay's doing all they can. They're battling and competing.
Right through the midst of Charlie-Ann Robinson. Attacking is Jeffers. That's well done.
I'll tell you what, man, that is a tough drive. Catch. Just catch and accelerate. A little change of speed, if you will, to get herself open for that one right there. Jeffers impresses me in the way she can get to the basket.
Well, and Henry Clay has had a lot of success coming out of timeouts and dead balls. That speaks very highly of their coaching staff.
Oh, most definitely, because you come out prepared with a certain set or something to do. I think Miss Sutton may have just fouled out.
And Ari, perhaps for the final time in her high school career, will check out as Denton rains down the free throw.
Dandy player, just a great, I love how she is with the ball in her hand.
The lead at 20. Inside the arc, Robinson off with that one.
Been a good shot for her all evening, that's for sure.
And Denton snares the rebound. And a foul on Jeffers. So Henry Clay well above the limit as Lafayette again shooting free throws for the remainder of this game.
Looks like Coach Denton's going to empty the bench over there and get 5 new ones in after these free throws.
And here they come. Well-deserved ovation for the starters.
The girls played really good.
And they'll be back in action in about 72 hours. Thursday night at Dunbar. And Lafayette going to call another timeout. This might just be a chance to quicken the game and get some other players in. We'll keep things right here, reminding you that the expected schedule for next couple of days here on Glycod. We've got a great one tomorrow in Richmond. And we'll underscore the Thursday games. Again, these are what we expect to see with many of the lopsided scores that have been already reported. Franklin County Douglas, and then Lafayette and Madison Central in the 11th Region semifinal. What do you make of the boys' quarter tomorrow at Madison Central versus Douglas?
I think Madison Central is scary, man. I just do. The way Coach Feldhouse prepares for this postseason, the toughness that he plays with, they've got length, and they've got guys that can score it, and they're going to be able to handle it. So it's just, it'll be interesting. I think it'll be a tough one.
Douglas, of course, are trying to bounce back after that loss to Bryan Station on Friday night. They defeated Madison Central, did the Broncos earlier this year on the farm by double figures.
It's tough to beat somebody 3 times same season.
And out of bounds. Well, they were trying to beat Station 4 times.
4 times, you're right. They had beat them 3.
Yeah.
That's right.
And who knows what the next week plus might look like. Could be a 5th time.
Could be a 5th. You don't know.
You recall two teams ever playing that many times during the course of a year?
We played Douglas 4 about every time. Because they would play Toyota Classic, and we would get in with them on that. And then there was a bunch of times that we played Douglas 4 times, which I don't know. That's bad scheduling.
Well, the home and home, of course.
Yeah, the home and home.
Yeah, who scheduled that Toyota Classic? Who was that guy?
It was just one of those things where it's a weird win-loss thing.
As Lafayette, a lot of their reserves. That's Madeline Compton, a senior that's handling it now. And stolen away, the 8th grader Meredith McGuire off. Rebound occupied by Jaden Joy. And Joy, giddy as she'll handle far sideline.
These girls from Lafayette, don't be afraid to put it up there, girls. You get open shot.
Kirsten Kelly.
I knew Miss Kelly would. She's
and a great rebound underneath.
Great rebound.
That was Jaden Joy again. That 3 going to be short and ricochet out of bounds. It's going to stay, actually going to balloon to Henry Clay. Coming up at the conclusion, we hope to catch up with Coach Denton, get her post-game remarks on this game. I think she's got to be pretty happy with how her team played.
Got to be. I like these young ladies. They're moving the ball and looking just like the varsity. I bet they have good practices.
Jeffers spinning, angling it, nearly went in. And the rebound, Jaden Joy again. And a double dribble in backcourt.
Yeah, you got to pass that one if you pick it up. Jeffers, she got where she needed to be right there. Just did a great job. Now what year is Jeffers?
Junior.
She's junior. Yeah.
Jeffers and Dumford will be back next year, and I think McGuire is an 8th grader, really could step into a larger role.
I just like Jeffers, the way she really has got that ball on a string.
That one nearly dipped in for Kelly. Joy's got another rebound in limited time.
She got about 4 or 5 rebounds.
Compton, there you go.
Bank's still open Monday night, about 8:30.
Madeline Compton, a senior. That's great to see for that young lady.
That's awesome. Good memory. There's things you remember when you get older. That'll be one. She'll remember that.
Oh, that's a great moment.
Good post up.
It was.
Good entry.
And another foul. Let's take a look at Compton's 3.
Catch it, line it up, bank her home, baby. Nothing wrong with it. It's 3 either way.
It is. Let's add one more, actually, now 58-34. We want to correct that with 12 seconds left. There's another 3. That one was by sophomore McKinley Emerson. Follows that, and that's going to conclude a Lafayette win as the Generals moving on to the 11th Region semifinals. 26th win of the season. 2 great head coaches, 2 class programs going to meet at the scores table as Henry Clay's season will conclude at 10-19 and Lafayette moves on.
Lafayette very impressive tonight. That's it's good to get that confidence of a win going in, get that first round win. Now you go one game at a time.
More coverage coming up. Our Cartown Kia postgame report. We also hope to catch up with Coach Allison Denton. Will update the ticker as well. 58-34 Lafayette. Back after this on Glycod.
A lot of places to be. At Cartown Kia, we want to know, where can we take you?
Go for savings in the new 2025 Kia Telluride. Just $399 down and $399 a month. Or a 2025 Kia Sorento. Just $289 down and $289 a month. Or the hot new 2025 Kia K4. Yours for just $199 down and $199 a month.
And don't forget our 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Wherever you're going, start here at Cartown Kia and CartownKiaUSA.com.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. with health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something at school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Proudly based in Jessamine County, R.J. Corman Railroad Group has been serving North America's railroad industry since 1973. Find out more by visiting rjcorman.com. For high-quality railroad service, it's R.J. Corman.
We all want our kids to grow up safe and healthy, so we show them how, and we tell them with honest conversations that let them know what we expect. That's especially important when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. Kids need to know the dangers and how to avoid them. And when it comes to pain medications, opioids, they need to know that they should never be taken without a prescription and never shared with friends or family. It's dangerous and illegal. So talk with your kids, because when you talk, they hear you.
Need a tow? Martin's Peterbilt Towing Service is here 24/7. Based in London and Pikeville, we will travel to you. Commercial trucks and trailers, no job too big. Call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by the Kentucky Army National Guard. Serve your country while going to school or work full-time. Find your fit at nationalguard.com.
And back live at Lafayette, 58-34. The Generals victorious today over Henry Clay. We're going to line up Coach Anna Clay, or rather Coach Allison Denton, and get her post-game remarks here momentarily. We will update the ticker as well. And Tim, again, a very solid performance by the Generals, an awful lot to like.
Oh, I'm telling you, just it's so impressive to see them. It's just impressive to see a good team. And like I say, yeah, they execute and pass the ball around, but, man, they get out on the run with it. And it's just they run when it's time to run. They execute when other times, and they play good defense, and they're just a good, solid basketball team.
What did you make of Henry Clay's performance tonight?
You know, I thought there were times where, like what we talked about, you know, times where they kind of settled for a shot, if you will. But I just thought, you know, Miss Robinson, Charlie Ann, she got in there where she needed to and scored. And, you know, Miss Jeffers, she drove the ball well again and things. But what I say, you know, I just thought there were some shots that maybe they just settled rather than working for the shot they needed.
We'll update the ticker momentarily and also update you on some final stats and our most outstanding player. That, plus some comments from Allison Denton. We'll have that for you in just a minute on Glycod.
Let's get real. We offer a lot of the same courses you'll find at a four-year college. But with our small classes and personal attention, you won't get lost in the crowd. College for the real world. College for your world.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time. While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
Are you an HVAC and refrigeration tech looking for new opportunities? Tech24 is your single source for commercial HVAC, refrigeration, and kitchen equipment maintenance all across the country. We have exciting career opportunities with great pay and benefits in your area. To learn more, contact Brad at 864-549-8344 and check us out on the web at mytech24.com. 864-549-8344.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
You've got a lot of places to be. At Cartown Kia, we want to know, where can we take you?
Go for savings in the new 2025 Kia Telluride. Just $399 down and $399 a month. Or a 2025 Kia Sorento. Just $289 down and $289 a month. Or the hot new 2025 Kia K4. Yours for just $199 down and $199 a month.
And don't forget our 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Wherever you're going, start here at Cartown Kia and CartownKiaUSA.com.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by Cartown Kia, your dealership for unmatched design, performance, and savings at 3120 Lexington Road in Nicholasville. Visit them online at CartownKiaUSA.com.
Back live at Lafayette High School as the Generals move on to the 11th Region semifinals. They defeat Henry Clay 58-34. Time now for the most outstanding players, presented by Elite Building Products in Nicholasville. They're locally owned and committed to providing top quality products for your next home project. Visit EliteKentucky.com or stop by their Nicholasville showroom at 242 Wilson Drive. And Charlene Robinson, very strong tonight for Henry Clay.
Came out of the gate quick. She really did. And then, like I say, first half, I think she had 8 of those in the first half, and just was really big scoring-wise for Henry Clay, but just did a good job of getting to the spots she needed to get shots. I thought most of the shots she took were shots Henry Clay wanted and needed.
So Charlene Robinson, congratulations, 12 points, 4 rebounds in her final high school game. Great performance tonight for Henry Clay. And for Lafayette, a lot of balance, but Anna Clay did everything tonight for them.
She had a little bit. You like to see kids that fill up all their columns, especially all the positive ones. And, you got Anna Clay with 11 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists, and 3 steals. So, just a solid night. In her and the way she helped her team.
Generals with 4 players in double figures, and that pretty much summarizes their entire season.
That's the thing I noticed right off the bat. First time I got to see them this year was just the balance. It could be different ones at different times, and Coach alluded to that in a couple of interviews we've had with her, and just saying, it could be a different person each night that steps up and kind of makes the big play.
Tess Nelson and Charlene Robinson both with 12 points. Nelson, of course, for Lafayette. You've got Addison Combs, 11 points, 7 rebounds. Abby Popham, 10 points, 0 of 6 from 3, but did finish with 10 points. And for final numbers, we'll take a look at those, presented by Community Action Council, helping people and changing lives, rebounding. Certainly very important. Lafayette out-rebounded Henry Clay by 13 in the second half. And the more aggressive team, Tim, going to shoot a lot more free throws as well.
Sure, going to shoot more free throws and kind of got himself in a spot where they had to start fouling a little bit and those kinds of things. So, interesting the way that game, it just kind of, you saw it coming, but then, they just took hold of it.
We will hopefully catch up with Coach Denton in just a moment or two. We'll take a timeout. Again, 58-34 Lafayette, a winner tonight on Glycott.
A lot of places to be. At Cartown Kia, we want to know, where can we take you?
Go for savings in the new 2025 Kia Telluride. Just $399 down and $399 a month. Or a 2025 Kia Sorento. Just $289 down and $289 a month. Or the hot new 2025 Kia K4. Yours for just $199 down and $199 a month.
And don't forget our 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Wherever you're going, start here at Cartown Kia and CartownKiaUSA.com.
New recruit? Take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something at school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Proudly based in Jessamine County, R.J. Corman Railroad Group has been serving North America's railroad industry since 1973. Find out more by visiting rjcorman.com. For high-quality railroad service, it's R.J. Corman.
We all want our kids to grow up safe and healthy, so we show them how, and we tell them with honest conversations that let them know what we expect. That's especially important when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. Kids need to know the dangers and how to avoid them. And when it comes to pain medications, opioids, they need to know that they should never be taken without a prescription and never shared with friends or family. It's dangerous and illegal. So talk with your kids, because when you talk, they hear you.
Need a tow? Martin's Peterbilt Towing Service is here 24/7. Based in London and Pikeville, we will travel to you. Commercial trucks and trailers, no job too big. Call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire. I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time while I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by the Kentucky Army National Guard. Serve your country while going to school or work full-time. Find your fit at nationalguard.com.
Let's take a look at our upcoming schedule on Glycott, presented by New Vista. They see the good ahead as Douglas and Madison Central will tangle tomorrow as we get Allison Denton squared away with Tim Glenn. They will be together here in a moment. And Thursday girls semifinal action starting at 6 o'clock. And we'll get Tim and Allison together for some post-game thoughts.
So, Coach Denton victorious tonight, 26-4 now. You had to be pleased with your girls.
I was. It was really chaotic there for a minute, and exactly how I figured it would be. Their quickness, Henry Clay's quickness gave us some problems, and but we finally figured it out and slowed down just a little bit and got to execute our offense.
Well, I should have told you to go ahead and bring Anna Clay up here with you. Because I'll tell you what, we gave her the player of the game tonight. One reason being is I know a coach loves to see somebody fill all their, especially their positive stat columns. She had a full night tonight.
She did, and she was sitting on the bench for the first time all year, which was interesting. We don't usually play without a point guard, but I was proud of Abby Popham, who came in and took over for us. And, that's not something she's, 100% comfortable in. Sure. But she took the role, and her first trip down the floor took her right to the hole. So that had to do something for her confidence. She has you have some pieces that are interchangeable, and that's, I think, again tonight we saw that your team had that good. It was spread across what you had, so that has to please you again. Yes, I mean, I have a bunch of role players. There's some that are great defensively. There's some that are great that see the floor. There's some that can shoot. So we've got to figure out how in the game when to put those pieces in. If you need to stop, there's somebody. We put a Kirsten Kelly in there. She will lock down, do what she's supposed to. If we need a three off the bench, Skylar Davis can do it. So, yeah. They did that tonight. Both those girls did that tonight. So, well, Coach, thanks for coming up and speaking with us again. We really appreciate that. And Coach Denton is moving on Thursday night. Yes, sir. And I know you guys are excited, so good luck to you. Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming out, and welcome. Stay with us here on Glycod.
Thanks, Tim. We're looking forward to that as well, as Henry Clay falls to Lafayette tonight 58-34. We will take one more timeout and be right back.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
A new year means next level math, but even the best teachers can't always provide the personal attention each child needs. Mathnasium has a solution to help any student excel. Our caring, highly trained instructors use a range of teaching modes that ensure true foundational understanding. We're not about rote memorization. The Mathnasium method develops the critical thinking and problem-solving skills they need to succeed, with the option to learn face-to-face online at home or face-to-face at one of our 1,000 neighborhood learning centers. Mathnasium, we're changing lives through math.
Let's get real. With us, you'll get a great education that can lead to a great career faster. Even better, you won't end up with crippling debt. College for the real world. College for your world.
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at donfranklinauto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
Central Kentucky Driving School is raising the bar in driver education because the safety of their students is too important for anything less. Offering driver training for teens and adults, Central Kentucky Driving School will equip you with the skills needed to become a safe and confident driver. A proud community partner, Central Kentucky Driving School invests in their students and families and guides you every step of the way. For more information, give them a call at 859-538-7775 or visit drivecky.com. This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by Central Kentucky Driving School, raising the bar in driver education. Man of War Harley-Davidson, 100% Kentucky owned and operated. And by Don Franklin Auto, driven by family.
More high school basketball coming up tomorrow night on Glycott. Again, Frederick Douglass at Madison Central will be on the air at 6:30 for that one. And then a set of girls semifinals coverage at 5:30 Thursday with Franklin County Douglas, followed by Lafayette and Madison Central. So that'll do it for our crew tonight. Lafayette a winner over Henry Clay 58-34. For camera operator Joe O'Million and executive producer Steve Bird, I'm Chris LeBar, and I've been with Tim Glenn, and we'll see you next time for more high school basketball on Glycod.
From Glycod, this has been Central Kentucky High School Basketball, presented by Bluegrass Community and Technical College. College for the real world. College for your world. Tonight's game was brought to you by Cartown Kia in Nicholasville. Movement that inspires. IBEW Local 369. Power up your potential. Mathnasium of East and West Lexington. Changing lives through math. Roosters, a fun casual place for wings and more. Martin's Peterbilt of Central Kentucky. Community Action Council, New Vista, Tech 24, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, and Fast Signs.
For schedule information about our upcoming broadcasts, visit our website, glicod.com, Facebook and Twitter @Glycod. We thank you for tuning into this live sports presentation from Glycod.